Happy Friday! Welcome back to Drinking by Myself. My name is Emma and this is the Love-Hate Challenge. And this has been my favourite of these so far because this is the Christmas edition. The Love-Hate Challenge is a game I've been playing with another BookTube Emma from the BookTube channel Emma to Bayliss. I will link to her channel and her version of this video below. She, by the way, gave me this wonderful mug, so thank you so much for that. So, over the last week, I have just been reading 3 Christmassy books, watching 3 Christmassy movies, and listening to 3 Christmas songs, all set to me by Emma. And my challenge is now to figure out which one from each category she hated. And we have actually done something a little bit different with the books category this round, but I'll wait until we get to that section before I explain what happened there, the little spin that we tried kind of unsuccessfully to put on it. So let's start with the songs. Here was my experience of listening to the songs. Okay, it's time to listen to the songs. Last time I let you guys listen to the songs as well, but then I got a copyright thing on my video. So this time I've got my earphones here and I'm going to listen to the songs. You aren't allowed to. Maybe, if they're good enough, I'll sing along and you can hear them that way. Okay, first one here is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, the Casey Musgraves version. So I've heard this song before, though you know what? I don't think I've ever actually heard it. I've just heard my sister-in-law singing it. And that wasn't the Casey Musgraves version, it was the Victoria Bartley special. So let's give this a go. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. That's you! Okay, this hippo does not want me. Okay, then we have Frosty the Snowman. She hasn't put which version, so I'm assuming any version is fine. This is a song I know very well. Yeah, what do you think of this song? Oh, it's not Frosty the Snowman. What's a happy, jolly soul? Wow, it turns out I don't know the words. Okay, I don't know this next one. It's The Greatest Time of Year by Ali and AJ. Oh my god, what is this? Do I hate this? Do I love this? I'm not sure. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well I'm going to listen to all 3 of those on repeat a few more times before I make my decision. Okay, so I now have Emma's answers ready in front of me, but I've got to make my prediction. And I've listened to all of these songs a lot since then, and I'm still really stuck. I feel pretty certain about the Casey Musgraves. That has to be one of the ones that she loves, because Casey Musgraves is wonderful and the song's very cute. But the other 2 could honestly go either way. Personally, I have decided, after playing it on repeat, that I hate the Ali and AJ song. I love shitty pop music, but I decided this one falls on the side of just being shit. It's not Christmassy enough. I think that's the problem. So I could vote that way, just go with my gut, assume that we have the same taste, but I can also definitely see Frosty the Snowman being one that people find like a bit grating. It's a bit sickly sweet maybe. So honestly, those could go either way. But I think Frosty the Snowman is cute and festive. And The Greatest Time of Year is very catchy. I honestly was just humming it while setting up this camera right now. It does get stuck in my head a lot, but it's not going to be a song that I choose to put on as a Christmas fave. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to predict that the Ali and AJ song was the one that Emma hates. I always get these wrong. Let's see the answer.
Hello, Emma. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. So, I gotta give you my answers. Let's just dive in. Let's start off with the songs. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, specifically the Casey Musgraves version. I have Frosty the Snowman, any version. And I have It's the Greatest Time of Year.
The fact she's singing along makes me think she does love that one.
So, one of these things is not like the other. And let me give you the lowdown.
I'm changing my mind. It's too late, but I know she's going to say she hates Frosty the Snowman.
The song that I hate is Frosty the Snowman. First of all, it's really sad. Second of all, it sucks. Third of all, it's really sad. And fourth of all, it sucks. And I hate it. Let's move on to the hits. The Greatest Time of Year by Ali and AJ was a favorite of mine growing up. I think it's an absolute smash hit. I think it's a jam. And I'm a big fan of any sort of like mid-2000s pop, Disney Channel, solo project, holiday music.
Me too. I am too. That one just didn't work for me. Maybe because I'd never heard it before this year.
Now, the other favorite of mine is I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, sung by Casey Musgraves, because I love Casey Musgraves. but also because that song is very emblematic of my childhood. I'm a Southern girl. That is a song sung by Southerners abound in America, at least where I live, and I think it's really silly and corny, but in a way that I think is enjoyable, and Casey Musgrave's rendition is the most enjoyable that you can get.
I feel like I should have guessed that. Frosty the Snowman is not in the same genre as the other two songs. I'm such a fool. Why do I get this wrong every time? And I'm equally uncertain about all of the other categories in this whole video, so I could genuinely get null point. Okay, here's what happened when I watched the movies. Okay, it's time for a Christmas movie marathon. If I give you 3 options, which of these do you most like the sound of? Arthur Christmas, Polar Express, The Grinch. The Grinch. Okay, I've never seen this. This movie is intimidating. I was just thinking how there's difference between like kids movies that are made with the grown-ups in mind and kids movies that are just for kids, and I was being like, this one feels like just like a kids movie for kids, but then I keep laughing so hard at all the physical comedy.
Yep, for kids.
Someone falls over and I'm like, that's hilarious. That is priceless. Okay, well that was The Grinch.
There's The Grinch. Emma loved the physical comedy.
And the goat.
And the goat. And we're wondering why Benedict Cumberbatch changed his voice so much. Because you could tell it was Keenan and Pharrell, but
yeah. Well, because
I wouldn't have guessed Benedict.
American, but yeah. It was fine. I kind of wanted it to stop though. Even though I'm still in my pajamas from last night, it is now the next day and I'm going to watch the next movie. I think Archie's gone and hidden because he doesn't want to participate in our children's movie Christmas marathon, but Hippo is here to keep me company. Which one should we watch now? I'm going to choose Arthur Christmas. I have seen this movie before, and I remember really liking it. I actually saw it like at the cinema with Arj once. I remember thinking it was really cute. You want to watch Arthur Christmas with me? And I also have some pizza that I can reheat in a minute. Perfect. Sunday activity. Arthur Christmas. This movie is delightful. I'm having a wonderful time. And I'm writing my Christmas cards at the same time. This is a magnificent film so far. If this is the one that Emma hates, then she's a bitch. Great. Verdict on Arthur Christmas. Watched it, loved it, what a dream. I have one more movie to watch. It's called The Polar Express. Do you want to watch it?
Oh, some of that with you.
Cool, I'm gonna watch it right now. This movie I have seen before as well, and I remember thinking it was boring, but I was quite young I think last time I saw it, so maybe that's why I thought it was boring. I also really remember so I saw it at the cinema when it first came out, and it's animation, but I guess like for the time it came out it was like very high-tech animation, and I remember sitting through the cinema the whole time trying to work out if it was animated or if it was real life. I wasn't quite sure, which is really funny because then I rewatched the trailer this year and was like, that's definitely animation. That's definitely not real life. But I guess it was like so advanced for the time, apparently, to my brain that I was like, is that a real human? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's watch it and hope it's not boring. The Polar Express. It's not free. Ew. Snow! Look at that creepy thing that I genuinely thought was a real human the first time I saw this movie.
This kid is worried. Let's see why. Keep tuned.
My theory is that Tom Hanks is playing all the roles in this movie.
Yeah, he's got a good falsetto, that Tom Hanks.
These people look absolutely terrifying. Shush, I'm talking. They look like haunted Sims. Is this a horror movie?
Really, truly could be.
This movie fucking sucks. Even Archie left. It really is a horror movie. Okay, well, I really hated that creepy ass movie. Thanks, Emma, for the nightmares I'm gonna have over that. So, like, how am I gonna choose? That means that Emma loves at least one out of The Polar Express and The Grinch. And I don't see what's to love about either of those. Like, The Grinch was fine. It was fun. I can see that, like, being an okay movie, whereas I actively hated The Polar Express. But because The Grinch was so meh, I don't know what there is to like love about it actively, whereas I can see somebody might love The Polar Express because it's so fucking weird and creepy, and it's like unusual enough that I can see why someone would have a strong reaction to it, being that love, or in my case hate. maybe she loves them both. Maybe I was wrong about Arthur Christmas. Alright, I'm gonna go away and think about this for a while and then check in with my predictions. And I still don't know. My gut instinct is to say that she hates The Grinch because I don't think there was enough in that movie for her to love. I don't think she would actively pick it as a movie that she loved. Whereas Polar Express, while I personally hated it, as I said in the vlog, like, I can see someone having strong reactions to it. I can see it being a movie that you do love, even though it's fucking creepy and horrible. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to say she hates The Grinch and she loves Polar Express and Arthur Christmas, because Arthur Christmas, let me tell you, one of the best films we've ever seen.
Now movies. I went the kids route. So I have Polar Express, Arthur Christmas, and the new animated Grinch. Okay. Drum roll. The movie that I hated was obviously, hopefully, the new animated Grinch. I thought it was soulless. I thought it felt really corporate. I really didn't enjoy it. I didn't think it was funny. Like, the visuals are cool, and I think as a kid I would have enjoyed it. But being such a huge fan of the Jim Carrey Grinch and the original cartoon, like, this just didn't need to happen. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch's accent was really weird.
We said that.
I thought Pharrell's narration was odd. I just overall really didn't enjoy it, and I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, okay, thank God I got that one right. But I'm excited to hear what she says about the fucking mess that was Polar Express.
But I do love, surprisingly, The Polar Express, which is a movie that I think is quite polarizing.
I see what you did there.
Because it is kind of animated weird. It's a little creepy. And that whole train scene gives people motion sickness when they're like flying through the ice. I really love it because when I was growing up, we had Polar Express Day at my elementary school, which meant that we would wake up and we would wear pajamas to school, and then we'd watch the Polar Express and play games and do lots of stuff at Christmas time, and sometimes go on a real train. It was very cute. And one year when this movie came out, whenever that was, we went and saw it in theaters. So I have a lot of really great memories of this movie and of seeing it, and it fills me with a lot of joy and gladness, although it freaks a lot of people out.
Okay, that's a fair enough summary of that film.
Arthur Christmas is another one of my favorites. I watched it a few years ago, and I thought it was so sweet and so good and heartwarming and really lovely, and I love the animation, and I think it's kind of a new classic.
Agreed. Okay, I'm glad we agreed on that one at least. Okay, finally the books. So, our plan for this category was to shake things up a little bit. We gave each other one book we loved, one book we hated, and then we planned to buddy read a third book called The 12 Dates of Christmas, and then based on that read we would guess whether the other person would love or hate it. But here's how that went. Okay, so this is actually hilarious. I've got The 12 Dates of Christmas ready here to buddy read with Emma. We have been planning this for pretty much a month, ever since we realised we both had the same book. Or do we? Literally ever since we decided that we were going to buddy read 12 Dates of Christmas, we have found so many other things called 12 Dates of Christmas, like unrelated movies, TV shows. We kept commenting on the fact it was such a common title, and still neither of us thought to check that we had the same 12 Dates of Christmas book. And of course, we do not. It's the first day of our challenge today, and we just realised we have two different books, both called The 12 Dates of Christmas. So I'm going to read this one, and then I just have to guess whether or not Emma liked her book with no real context clues, because it has no bearing on this book. Okay, I'm 20 pages in and I already have a prediction. She is going to go on these 12 dates with different men, but she's going to realise that all along she's been in love with her best friend Matt. That's my prediction. I won't tell you whether or not I'm right because spoilers, but I just want everyone to know that's what I think. I'm having a lot of fun with this one, and I'm basically halfway through now. It's really cute and fun. I actually FaceTimed with Emma yesterday. Was that just last night? Yeah, I got really drunk and FaceTimed Emma for like an hour and a half, and it was really nice. But she was saying that she has a theory about romance novels between the UK and the US. So she was saying that Americans have romance novels and we have rom-coms because we basically just don't put the sex in. It's very like fade to black, and this seems to be true so far of this. Like, I haven't read enough romance novels in general to know if that pattern holds up, but like just going over the ones I have read in my head, I do think that's true, that the British ones tend to have more of like a fade to black, innocent, wholesome romance, which is then funny because what I was saying to her is that from my experience of, I've spent a lot of time in both countries, Brits are much more open and like likely to talk about sex at the pub, for example, than Americans are. So it's like we're each repressed in our own very different ways. Anyway, this is a wholesome, funny, cute book so far. Not the kind of thing I would usually pick up, but I'm really enjoying it, and I think that Emma would probably really like this as well. There was a partridge in a pear tree joke. Very clever. Okay, I finished. That was very cute. I really enjoyed it. If Emma was also reading this book, I would guess that she would really like it. It's got like the small town setting that I know she likes. It's very cute. I don't know if it'd be like one of her favourites. I don't know if it has kind of quirky enough characters to be one of her favourites, but then again, I don't really actually know her taste in romance. But this was very cute, and she didn't read that book anyway, so it's irrelevant. So that one's going to be a little hard to do. So I'm going to look up right now what her 12 Dates of Christmas was about. Okay, so she read a book about a woman who is 30, her life is stale, the romance with her long-term boyfriend has disappeared, but when night ends in disaster, Claudia suddenly finds herself facing life and Christmas alone. Shit, it's going to be a sad book. Does Seth die? I read that and I assumed that Seth died. But then Claudia, like, straight away starts going on 12 dates. And I feel like even if you weren't in love with your boyfriend anymore, you might be a little shocked after he died. You might not bounce back into 12 dates. Maybe you would. No judgment for how anyone handles life. Interesting. I'm going to predict, just based on Christmas magic, that Emma loved the 12 Dates of Christmas. I really liked my one. Hopefully she really liked her one, even though that synopsis doesn't do much to fill me with hopes. Maybe it was done in a really, really cute way. Fingers crossed.
Now books. Hoo-hoo-hoo. We have 12 Dates of Christmas that I am still currently reading when I'm filming this. But I can tell you right now that, at least for 12 Dates of Christmas, I don't think I'm gonna love it. I'm like halfway through and it's not something I'm super enjoying. There's a lot of internalized misogyny that I wasn't really prepared for, but I don't completely hate it. I don't know. I probably should have finished reading it when I made this video, but I think that my answer is like meh, like bleh, bleh.
You know what? I'm so stupid. I should have guessed that because Emma explicitly told me that she hadn't finished reading it. And so that should have been obvious that she was like mad about it if she like hadn't managed to finish it before filming her answers. I should have guessed that. Emma, pay attention when your friends talk to you, Jesus.
Just watch my video and you'll find out my full thoughts because I don't really fully know, but I think it's meh.
Definitely do that. I will link to her video below. So now I need to get onto the books that she actually did set me. Wow, I literally look like they just dug me up. So I've got the Dash and Lily audiobook downloaded, ready to listen to today. I just watched the Netflix show and I thought it was like fine. So I'm intrigued to see what I think of the book. Okay, here's my update. I left my Kindle case on the train and I'm kind of devastated. I don't mind that much about the Kindle case itself. That was just like a random one that I bought. But I had personalized it with a little pin that I got from Leanne that was really cute. And I'm really upset. So I've sent TFL an email. Hopefully I will get my Kindle case back. But that's my update number one. Update number two is that I am halfway through Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. Not loving it. Not particularly invested in it. I feel kind of the same like neutralness towards it that I did towards the TV show. I like the concept. I think it's really cute. But it's like a 10-year-old YA. So it very much falls into a lot of the like annoying cliches of a lot of YA books from that era, like having teenagers who talk like no teenager I've ever met talks. They kind of talk like they've been written by the writers of Gilmore Girls. Like it's ridiculous and it's irritating and grating. And also just like a few strange things I noticed. Like in the chapter I was just reading, they go and see this movie called Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, and I think it's a fictional movie. Lily describes this movie as basically having a black comedian, she doesn't say his name, playing all of the roles, so fine. But then what was weird is like every time she refers to this when she's talking about the movie, she just always calls him like the black man playing the roles, and then even like a cardboard cutout, she like describes like, oh, it was the black man dressed as bloody blah. And like, it just felt weird. It was like, okay, give this, if this is a fictional actor that she's referring to, like, just give them a name. Or, once you've said the first time it's a black man playing all the roles, that's fine. After that, you can just call him the man or the main actor. Like, it just felt weird. I don't really know what she was trying to do with that. So there's a few little things like that where I'm like, this feels a little dated. But yeah, I'm mostly just like, meh about it so far. And I'm kind of trying to hurry through it because I'm really excited about Inner Holidaze, because I've heard that that involves time travel, I think, or like a sliding doors parallel universe situation. I can't remember which one. It's got some semi-magical trope that I would rather be reading right now. Oh my god, will these teenagers just shut up? This better be the book Emma hates. I honestly am hating this book. I've got like 19 minutes left. They cannot go fast enough. Okay, I finished. Thank God. I like fully hated that book. I started off thinking it was okay, and then as it went on, the more and more I hated it. Dash was an incredibly unlikable character. He was just like so rude and unpleasant to everybody, and then Lily was just... ugh, she was so annoying. She was so lame. She was just the kind of character that I couldn't figure out. I could never relate to. She was like one of those annoying characters who like thought that Dash was like less handsome if he swore, and like there's literally a line towards the end where he says fucking and she like pretends that he said frocking because that would be better, and like if he said frocking, that would be a reason to dump him. Honestly, I hated both of them. So finally, I'm going to read Inner Holidaze, which I'm excited for because I've just realised that Christina Lauren is the author. Is that one of those names that's fake because it's actually two people writing together? I'm not sure. But Christina Lauren is the author of Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, which Emma sent me for the last round of the Love-Hate Challenge, and it was the book that I really liked, so I'm hoping that I will also like this one. But I'm also nervous because the fact that she sent me that author makes me feel like maybe it's a trick. Is she double bluffing? Am I going to go in circles again? Let's just read it and find out. Okay, let's give Inner Holidaze a whirl. I'm excited to be reading about grown-ups again. I think for that reason alone, I'm going to enjoy this one more. But also, I'm just really excited about this premise. I can't remember exactly what the, like, slightly fantasy element is, but I guess I'll find out right now. Okay, I think we're Groundhog Daying it. I think we're going back and doing the whole Christmas week again. Is that my dream come true? I'm 25% of the way through this one. It is time for me to go to sleep, but already this is way more my cup of tea. Loving this. This book is about this girl like learning to let go of the traditions that she holds on to really obsessively, and I feel like that's very targeted at me because I'm like obsessed with tradition. I don't like anything changing ever. I bloody love Groundhog Day inspired things. I love the movie Groundhog Day itself. I watched this year 12 Dates of Christmas, the movie, which was Groundhog Day inspired. I really liked the new one this year. Was it called Palm Springs? It was a comedy. That one was really, really funny, and then I'm really enjoying this. And I've also read a book called... I will put a picture of it here when I Google it. So yeah, I really like Groundhog Day things. But it's funny, my sister pointed out when watching the actual movie Groundhog Day that while they're really fun, there's also like something boring about it because they just go through the same day over and over again. And while it's fun to watch, it's also like, oh my god, this again. I'm also just having the coziest Christmassy time lying completely horizontal on the sofa and reading this book all day. Yeah, but if you would come lie on me, that would just make this whole experience complete. Come on! Come on! She never does what she's told. This is fun because it's actually not like a super predictable story. I can't quite work out how it's gonna go. And also, I'm making other weird theories. Are other characters also in time loops? I don't know if I'm reading too much into this. I feel like absolutely exhausted. I didn't sleep that much, and also I've been drinking way too much Diet Coke recently, and then I've tried to quit. Today I haven't had any, and I'm getting like genuine withdrawals. Like my eyelids are quivering and my lip keeps quivering, so I feel like God, I sound pretty insane. I feel like I'm falling asleep a little bit, but I don't want to fall asleep because I'm really enjoying the book. Okay, so I finished. This was really, really cute, but I'm a little bit disappointed by the end of it, only because I said a minute ago that it like felt like it wasn't predictable. I didn't know where it was going to go, but that's because I was expecting something more. Actually, it turns out the ending was entirely predictable, and that doesn't mean I didn't like it. It was really, really cute. I liked the romance, I liked the characters, I loved the Christmas setting, but I thought they could have used more of the magic element. That kind of just ended after the first like third of the book, so I was sort of waiting for that to come back. I wanted there to be some more difficult twist or obstacle that was going to get thrown in their way. So I would say it was fine, but it was very cute. It was definitely like a book that made me smile and feel happy and Christmassy. So now decisions to be made. Okay, so once again, I find myself stuck. There are two ways to go with this. I personally, as you saw, hated Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, big time hated it, and I thought In Holidaze was really cute, I enjoyed it a lot more, but when I got to the end, I ended up giving it like a 3 stars. I thought it was very disappointing and like too sickly sweet at the end. So neither of those are loves for me, but In Holidaze was definitely a lot better. However, I don't know when Emma read Dash and Lily, because if she read that one as a teenager growing up and then read In Holidaze this year, I would say it's very likely that she might have loved Dash and Lily as a teenager and hated In Holidaze as an adult because of all the reasons that I found it disappointing. However, if she read Dash and Lily very recently, I think she probably wouldn't like it for the same reasons that I didn't like it, in which case she probably liked In Holidaze better. And In Holidaze was very cute. Even though I found the ending disappointing, I definitely wouldn't put it down as a book that I hated. So it's hard. I feel like I'm going to be annoyed whichever way I go if I get it wrong, because I have really good arguments for both sides. Like, part of me just wants to go with my own answers and then see if we match up, if we both hated Dash and Lily. But there's a really strong part of me that's like, Emma, she will have read Dash and Lily as a teenager and she would have loved that. Honestly, it could go either way and I don't know what to choose. I'm going to go with my own answers and just hope for the best. I'm going to say that Emma hates Dash and Lily and loved In Holidaze, because I don't see anything to hate in that book. It was very cute. I'm already convinced I'm going to be wrong. If it's the way around, let me just say I knew it.
Now, the 2 other books, the one that I absolutely do not like, surprisingly maybe, is Holidaze by Christina Lauren.
Damn it! I knew it! Didn't I say I knew it?
I have read Christina Lauren books that I really love and Christina Lauren's books that I really hate. Holidaze I read fairly recently with my friend Madeline, and we both really didn't like it. I thought the concept of it was just really annoying. I don't like timey books for the most part, and I also found the main character to be super annoying and the relationship to feel too rushed, and just, I don't know, like, I thought it was okay, but I think it would work so much better as a television or a movie, like a Hallmark movie, than it worked as a book, because I was just frustrated through most of it. Now, the one that I do love is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. I read this as a teenager when it came out.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew I should have gone with that. I knew she would have read it as a teenager.
I think it's really cute. I really like the Netflix series. I think it's also very cute. And I haven't read it in a long time, but I don't remember it having a ton of issues. I just remember really enjoying it. And it's short, which is what you want at Christmas time, in my opinion. Okay, bye.
So I was wrong on the songs, I was right on the movies, but I was wrong twice when it came to the books, because I was wrong on 12 Dates, and I was wrong on our actual love-hate challenge. I hate myself. Why do I always get these wrong? Ah! In every single one that I went wrong, I feel frustrated because I feel like I could have guessed it right. It wasn't like a complete curveball. I should have got it. That's the end of Christmas magic. Christmas magic is dead here now. So do go and look in the description box where I will link Emma's version of this video. I set her some of my favourite and least favourite songs, movies and books. So go through and see what she thought of them and whether she guessed my answers correctly. And I will see you guys next time. Merry Christmas to everyone except me.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We